Hello, good evening students. Today's transcription number back of 244 on the speed of 100 words per minute. Start. Having dealt with the non-corporate sector, I now turn my attention to the corporate sector. The tax rates for this sector are not being changed. I am, however, providing one facility. Last year, while raising the surcharge payable by companies from 2.5% to 5%, I had given companies the option to make deposits of the additional surcharge with the Industrial Development Bank of India. I am now further providing that companies can henceforth exercise this option in respect of the entire amount of the surcharge payable by them. These resources will flow back to the corporate sector and will be available for modernization. In the earlier part of my speech, I have already referred to the decision to reduce the interest rates on loans up to rupees 2 crores being extended by IDBI under the soft loan scheme. Some relaxations are also being provided to those engaged in the business of growing and manufacturing tea. The existing provisions provide exemption from tax only in respect of subsidy received for replantation or replacement of tea bushes. I am extending this tax exemption to cover subsidy received for other approved schemes relating to rejuvenation and consolidation of areas. I hope this measure will further lend support to our scheme for increasing production of tea. My next proposal, I believe, will be welcomed by a large number of people. Investors presently can receive dividends and interest on debentures without deduction of tax at source if they furnish an exemption certificate from the income tax officer or alternatively file a declaration to the effect that their income for the year is below the exemption limit. To reduce paperwork and avoid inconvenience to small investors, I propose to provide that widely held companies may henceforth pay interest on debentures and dividend income up to rupees 1000 without deduction of tax at source, provided that the payment is made by an account pay check or bank draft. Mr. Speaker, Sir, I notice that certain provisions of tax laws are being misused by a section of the taxpayers. I had occasion last year to deal at some length with taxation of charitable and religious trusts and institutions. I find that some of these trusts and institutions are trying to circumvent the investment pattern for trust funds laid down by the Finance Act 1983. It is necessary to ensure that all such trusts and institutions strictly conform to the prescribed investment pattern. I therefore propose to provide for fixation of income of defaulting trusts and institutions at the maximum marginal rate of income tax.